session, Ben Danner presiding.
If you'll bow with me for the invocation, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us all together to look after all of us as we make decisions that please the people of Overton County. In your heavenly name we pray. Amen. Jesse, would you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, will you call roll, please?
Billy Phillips.
Here.
Jesse Bowman.
Here.
Darwin Clark.
Here.
Shane Walker.
Here.
Frank Martin.
Here.
Robbie Melton. Here. Jeff Long.
Here.
Gene Moore. Here. Greg Nivens.
Here.
Gerald D. Walker. Here. Randall Boswell.
Here.
Lee Richards.
Here.
Philip Talley.
Here.
Donna Savage. Here.
Number 5, approve the minutes from the November 19th, 2018 County Commission meeting. Motion by Frank Martin, second by Billy Phillips. Is there any discussion on that? All four say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Number 6, consider to approve gifting the concrete curbs to Allen's Baptist Church. These curbs were left on the property at 307 West Broad Street and have not been put into inventory, and that's been approved by the Highway and County Property Committee. Motion by Frank, second by Donna Savage. And they called and asked me about them, that they just left them curbs out there on the property, and the church with the T-Dot had cut into their parking lot was asking if they could have some of them, so, because the parking is downhill toward the Slide Highway, they wanted to put them out there, so. Any discussion on that? All four say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Number 7, consider approval to apply for a CDBG grant to be used for ambulances. And that's been approved by the Public Safety Committee. Motion by Randall Boswell, second by Darwin Clark. We're looking at applying for 3 ambulances at $325,000 grant, so we're looking for up to 3. So, any discussion on that?
Will these be new ambulances,
Yeah.
or will they be remounts?
Well, we can do either way. It'd probably new, but we could do remounts. I mean, we'll just have to see what, some of those boxes have been mounted more than once, so we'll probably have to do a new one on some of them. Just depends on how many times they've been remounted. So that's the first time we've applied. Of course, we got done with the housing grant in Cravenstown. We got the final 2 houses done, so it's been 2015 since we've got to apply for a CDBG grant. And we were looking at buying ambulances, so, this is save the county $325,000 we can get it, so. Any other discussion on it? Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Philip Talley.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Gerald D. Walker.
Yes.
Greg Nivens. Gene Moore. Jeff Long.
Yes.
Robbie Melton.
Yes.
Frank Martin.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Billy Phillips.
Yes. Motion passes. Number 8, consider approval to transfer asset number 3105, which is a 2008 John Deere 310 backhoe to the Highway Department. This backhoe has had several repairs, if not able to be fixed, and is sold. The proceeds will come back to the Solid Waste Fund. That's been approved by the Highway and County Property Committee. Motion by Gene Moore, second by Philip Talley. Is there any discussion on that? Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Billy Phillips.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Frank Martin.
Yes.
Robbie Melton.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Gene Moore.
Yes.
Greg Nivens.
Yes.
Gerald D. Walker.
Yes.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Philip Talley.
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Number 9, consider to approve adding the following back to the official county road list: Taz Lane and Hemlock Lane. And that's been approved by the Highway and County Property Committee. Motion by Philip Talley, second by Jesse Bowman. Is there discussion on that? Clerk, will you call roll, please?
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Philip Talley.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Gerald D. Walker.
Yes.
Greg Nivens.
Yes.
Gene Moore.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Robbie Melton.
Yes.
Frank Martin.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Billy Phillips.
Yes. 10, consider approval for Overton County Highway Department's official road list. That's been approved by the Highway and County Property Committees, and that's just every year the county commission has approved that list. It shows all the roads on it. Motion by Randall Boswell, second by Jeff Long. Is there any discussion on that? If any of y'all's road is not on there, it means we took it off there. No, just the commissioners, no. Discussion on that. Clerk, we call roll, please.
Billy Phillips,
Yes.
Jesse Bowman,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Don Savage.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Number 11, approve highway department's list of items to surplus and or sale. The list is attached. Some items are pending approval from the military. And that's been approved by the Highway and County Property Committee. Motion by Don Savage, second by Geraldine Walker. Is there any discussion on that? Clerk, call roll, please.
Donna Savage,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Jesse Bowman,
Yes.
Billy Phillips.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Number 12, consider approval for resolution 2019-0114-01 for the Overton County Beer Board to obtain criminal background checks on beer permit holders and applicants seeking beer permits. When I was on the beer board, we brought that up, and I thought the county court approved that, they hadn't, but, since the new beer board went in, I've been looking at some of the beer licenses, and it'd be really good if we'd go ahead and do a background check to start with on it, and, Jeff looked into that too, and seen about that, and it's a really good idea. to
Does
be
this
able to-
go from now
Yeah,
forward?
from
or-
now on, when somebody, because before, unless we passed this, you couldn't do a background check on anybody that was applying for a beer permit. So from now on, you know, we,
Is there gonna be any cost? Who's gonna pay the cost for that?
around the county, we just have to,
Is that what it's gonna be?
Or is it $35?
Yeah.
something like that, it's not, we just have to.
Well, I mean, the one applying.
I don't think that we can add it, I think with the end check, I don't believe we can add it to the, we can't make them pay the cost of the.
we can't.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
But it'll say, you know, if we do, so we've had some questions about some permits, and if we have somebody that couldn't have one, we've already given them a license, and you gotta go back, and it's a big ordeal, so.
Okay.
Motion by Don Savage, second by Philip Talley, is there any other discussion on that? Clerk, we call roll, please.
Billy Phillips,
Yes.
Jesse Bowman,
Yes.
Darwin Hart,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Oh, yes. I thought you said Tammy.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Number 13, consider approval for resolution 2019-0114-02 to urge the General Assembly to support restoration of the Registers Commission. And evidently in '06, they cut out part of the commission that the Register of Deeds got for all the counties, the state did, and they kept that part. And all the Register Association is asking for the legislature to put that fee back to the county, so that would be money back to us. Motion by Frank Martin, second by Robbie Melton. Any discussion on that? Clerk, we call roll, please.
Donna Savage,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Jesse Bowman,
Yes.
Billy Phillips.
Yes.
Motion passes. Number 14, consider approval for the following, a provision in the past, proceeds from the sale of assets reverted to the origination fund. However, going forward, unless specifically stated otherwise, the proceeds from the sale of assets will be deposited in the department that sells the asset. Like we was talking about the backhoe, in the past, like the highway department got that backhoe and had to spend $20,000 to fix it. 5 years from now, if they sold it, it would have went back to the solid waste fund, but if the highway department's the fund that spent the money to fix it, the money should go back to that fund. That's what it's saying, that we'll change that to where whatever department gets it. Motion by Randall Boswell, second by Frank Martin. Is there any other discussion on that? Clerk, will you call roll, please?
Billy Phillips,
Yes.
Jesse Bowman,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
All right. Motion passes. Number 15, it's acknowledging the receipt of Form CT 0253, which is report on debt obligation for county services building. Connie, do we need to vote on that? It says on here for a motion and a roll call, but that's just acknowledging that the county commission got that debt paper from the state about the new county building. So, anybody got any questions about that?
Get started up.
Where's your shovel at? All right, number 16, nominations for commissioner vacancy. If there's anybody here that's interested in one of the, I think last time we let anybody here that was interested speak, and then the county commission, it's up to them about nominating somebody. So, anybody here interested in the commissioner seat, like to speak to the commission? Anyway?
Yes, my name's Danny Wayne Stewart. I live here in Overton County. I live in the 3rd District, Alpine, Polk, Wilson. And you're gonna see if I can run for it. I'll do my best ability to do the job.
All right, thank you, Dan Wayne. Is anybody else?
I'm Gail McCown, part as well, and I would like to have the chance to fill his position. If that's acceptable with the law.
All right, thank you. Would you like to speak? You're interested in the, okay, so that's up to the county commission to accept nomination for the open commissioner seat until August 31st of 2020. This law says it has to be to the next general election, which will be in August of 2020, so it'd be for a 2-year seat, and then the person decides somebody will have to run for the rest of the term then, so.
I nominate Gil County.
Okay?
I second.
Okay,
Frank
we'll have
Martin,
some.
nomination, please.
Okay, Frank Martin, okay, I've got Gail has been nominated, Gail McCowan, and then Frank made a motion that the nomination cease. And Billy Phipps seconded the motion that the nomination cease. All righty, so entertain a voice vote on that. If all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Gail, look forward to work with you. We hate that we're having to, everybody hates that we're having to do this. Everybody thought about Harley, and I know he was really tickled about being elected, and I know you'll do whatever that Harley wanted to accomplish, and thank you for accepting the nomination. If you'll stay around to the end of the meeting, we'll swear you in. I'll swear you in. So like I told the rest of them, I swear you in, then you get swore at. That's the way it works. Some people mute. Thank you. All right. Number 17, consider approval for notaries at large. Karen Hensley, Teresa Stringer, Rhonda Reed, Rebecca Harvey, Hannah Gilpatrick, and William Abston. Motion by Billy Phipps, second by Geraldine Walker. All four say aye. Aye. Opposed? Number 18, the next county commission meeting's Monday, February 11th. Before we adjourn, I'd like to wish Billy and Reba Phipps 50 years they've been married. I know what Billy was thinking, but I have no idea what Reba was thinking. Congratulations, Stevens, she was 6 years old when they got married too, so. And shout out to Alabama Elementary, they won the county tournament for the second time ever, they won the county boys, so I may have a son playing on it, that's what I said. Before we adjourn, do we need to have a executive session about the update on the road? Hang on.
I don't know if Jim's
the public safety or meeting or anything like that, back in, I think it was August, September, there was two. They got through the paramedic program, through work over there, and then this last critical care, Overton County had 5.
That might-
Passes.
How many, that's most everybody over there now, and it's a,
Yeah, my, just my opinion.
we got a good crew over there. This county's lucky to have people we got there coming out and taking care of all of us. Appreciate you. We have anything else? Entertained a motion to adjourn. Motion by Frank Martin, second by Phil Talley. All four say aye. Opposed? Hey, if everybody